What up, what up, what up? J-Marcell here. The last time I dropped some content, it was pertaining to my vehicle and the accident I got in and the mindset I was going through as it was unfolding and afterwards. One of the first things that popped through my head was why? What is this all about? I don't understand this. The next phase was I wasn't up for exchanging cars and going through the whole car changing process. I was trying to keep my car. I didn't want to make no payments, just finish paying off my ride. Like I said, it wasn't a brand new ride, but it was mine, it was reliable. But I didn't feel like making no car payments, doing this whole scenario all over, start looking the whole shebang, all of that. I didn't feel like doing none of that. But I'm gonna tell you something. That was a good display of the mere mortal mindset. Real talk. That was a good display of the mere mortal mindset. But natural nature, when something transpires in your life, natural nature when something transpires in your life is really, you handle it according to, I guess, your best mentality at the time, which is, if you come out looking like a negative, hey man, you respond and react negative. You wasn't expecting this, you didn't want to go through this. You just don't know. You didn't feel like dealing with it from this perspective. This is unexpected. So your natural nature is to put up a shield, a defense, and start to question. That's the mere mortal mindset that you got to battle with on a daily basis at any subject you find yourself dealing with. But one of the key components to this is you have your two states of minds that come into play all the time, conscious and subconscious. That's just the rules of the game. And if you're not the type that want to pay attention to that, now I'm not saying you should be, every thought you think, you should be on guard. No, you shouldn't. Not every single thought. You got a lot of leisurely time where you're just thinking miscellaneous about nothing. So you don't have to be on guard all the time. But especially when you're going through something, that's when you should be on your P's and Q's on how you should think. Now, the reason I say it like this because of the subconscious mind, because in my conscious mind I kept saying, I would like to get my car painted. Some of the things I said the last time, I even thought, well, maybe I can get another car or something like that, but I can get my car painted, I can fix it up, I can touch it up. That was my first conscious mindset. But on the subconscious, that's why I say your inner thought is key. Your inner thought is key. On the subconscious part of mine, I was always wondering what it would be like to be in a whole nother ride. A newer ride. I was. Even though for the most part, I was thinking that let me touch this up and get it clean, do some things to it and keep it moving. It was painful. But then there was another subsurface type thinking. It was like, yeah, but you get another one. And I'm going to tell you something about the subconscious part of the mind. The subconscious part of the mind does not know how to regulate for you. When you think certain things and you think them long enough and you dwell on them, the key to it is you repetitively think about them and you dwell on them, they eventually land in the subconscious part of the mind, which they say is maybe 1,000,000+ times stronger than the conscious mind. They say the subconscious part of the mind is 1,000,000 times plus stronger than the conscious mind. But that's the part that does the creating. That's the part that brings things into existence for you. And that's the part we don't pay attention to. So that's why I said that as the days went by and I started to think, I started to look at the big picture. And so I said, you created this. You said the outcome is now you're going to get you another ride. So you created this. Now, you didn't put the rules down. When you thinking like this, or when you're thinking on purpose or not on purpose, the bottom line is if you don't lay the specifics down and lay some type of exactly how you want it to inspire to a degree, if you just say I would like something, right? Let's say for instance you just say I would like to have something, I would like to have such and such in my life, but you didn't lay down some of the specifics and the characteristics of it, how it should come in your life. It comes anyway, anyhow. And sometimes when it comes disguised as a negativity. It comes disguised as a tragedy. But if you can sit back and chill, like I had to do, you start to see the big picture and start to see what this was all about. I was incorrect, but that was my first response. Mere mortal mind. I was incorrect because the way I'm looking at it now, though, it's really turning out that it's going to end up to be something greater. Now, listen, don't get me wrong. It's just a material thing. It's just a vehicle. I get that. Material stuff. Don't carry that much weight. It's just a vehicle to get you from A to B. Millions of people got vehicles. This happens all the time. I get all of that. I know this ain't nothing new you've heard before, like some great miracle. I get all of that. It's just a car getting hit and you may have to get in another one. I get all of that. But my whole focus and key to it is, what role did I play in that? Did I have a mental role in that? Did I bring that about? Yes, I did. Even though I was staying on the surface, on the conscious part of the mind, the everyday thinking mind, that processes every day as you go through your life, that's the conscious mind. I would say, yeah, I got this car, I got to pay for it, I'm going to do this to it, I'm going to fix this, and do this stuff right there. We good, I'm rolling, I'm good, I'm straight. But underneath, on the subconscious level, something still was like, yeah, but if you can get you a new one, though. If you can get you a totally another one, you ain't got to do none of that extra stuff. But it was down there surfacing. Like I said, as far as the subconscious part of the mind, it's so much stronger than the conscious part of the mind that when something gets down there, when you repeatedly think about something, whether it's wrong or right, the subconscious part just creates from that point. It's not going to say, well, I'm not going to bring that into your life because that's not going to be good for you. That's going to be a tragedy. That's going to be a situation you don't want to go through. The subconscious part of the mind does not know how to distinguish like that. It just says, you gave me this, you dwelling on this, you keep thinking about this, you harping on this, and I'm going to bring it about. That's the nature of this reality. Like I said, this is not for the faint of heart. This is not for those who need to believe. This is for those who want to understand, yes, as a human being or greater, I have power. I have the ability to cause what transpires in my life. This is for those people. If you're an individual that you need to put what happens to you totally on an outside being, hey, I feel you. Do what you do. I got no problem with that. You can be you. But this is for those who say, well, wait a minute. Even if that's the case, as a being here, is there something to the fact that I can or I have a role in what happens in my life? Yeah, you do. Yeah, we do. We got way more power than we realize. And the way of the world don't want you to really see that and don't want you to know that. That's why it likes to play with your mind a lot. News, music, entertainment, it likes to play with your mind a lot. And that's fine. I participate in some of that stuff too, but on the real, I do a lot of thinking about why I should think what I should think and what's the results of that. But like I said, when it comes to that whole incident, now I see exactly what it was all about to make the transfer to another vehicle and the way it's going to finish. And it ain't finished rolling out. I don't have it yet, and I ain't hurting to look for it like that. I don't need to look for it because if it's a part of my life, if it was scripted for me to have it, then the way for it to transpire and come in my life, it's going to march right in with that same rhythm. So I don't have to push hard to, I need to hurry up and look. I don't have to do none of that. It's going to unroll. It's unrolling exactly the way it needs to. But like I said, I brought this back out because the first part, when I did the other video, like I said, I was in the why, what is this? I don't want to do all that. That was being mortal. It wasn't bad as most people get they really turned bad. But the why alone to me at my level, I didn't even like the why. I wish I could get to the point. I'd be glad when I get to the point where as soon as something pop off, I'm like, yo, this is working in my favor right out the gate, so ain't no need for me even considering it being no kind of an issue. Right out the gate. That's the goal here. To get yourself mentally prepped and strong that you know that no matter what transpires in your life, even if you didn't have nothing to do with it, listen to this. The name of the game is to get yourself mentally strong and prepped about how thoughts and things will transpire that even if you didn't have nothing to do with it, even once it crosses your plate, you still got enough power to turn it in your favor. I've seen it so much and so often. It just happened to me recently about some people at my job. I don't know, I may tell that story, or we'll see though. So I see it constantly anyway. So I know as soon as something crosses my path, once I sit down and get a hold of it, get a hold of myself, then it rolls right into my, for my favor anyway. So the name of the game, like I said, is to get you mentally sharp. That as when something transpires, you sit down and you say, did I have a role in this? Did I bring this about? Where did it come from? Oh, okay. Because I'm gonna tell you how this thing works. Even the things that you say you don't want the most comes about. Why? Because you're focused on how much you don't want it. Your speech carries weight. There's weight now. There's weight in measurable energy in thought, and there's also weight and measurable energy in voice. So your speech is key too. But nothing gonna come out your mouth that ain't in your head first. So the head gotta be the first. Once they say that your greatest enemy is gonna be yourself in your own mind, to renew your own mind. So I try to give you the level, try to say what level do what. Conscious thinking, it just deals with everyday life, everyday things that you just happen to run into, your judgments to keep you safe, to make your moves and do what you gotta do. That's conscious mind. Subconscious mind is so deep and so strong. Your heart beats because your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind don't stop. The conscious does, because the conscious mind has to go to sleep. When you go to sleep, the conscious mind shuts down, your eyes close, all information and data that comes into your eyesight, from your hear, smell, taste, and touch, stop. Conscious mind. Subconscious mind don't stop. Your heart gotta keep beating. Your cells and your blood gotta keep moving. You see what I'm saying? Your eyelashes, your hair, it's gotta keep growing. Your nails gotta keep going. See? Subconscious mind rules and dominates that. It does so much work. And I'm just giving you the physical aspect, but it does so much work. It does not sleep that you can't even fathom it. I'm just giving you physical things that still must go. You know what I mean? Liver gotta still do what it's gotta do. Kidneys gotta still, while you sleeping, everything still gotta function inside of you. With you not even paying attention, whether you up or not. That's the subconscious part of the mind. Now that's, like I said, that's just physical. It also governs the nature of your reality that you bring into play. As you experience life, it has something to do, a lot to do with that. Because it takes a certain amount of consciousness to bring your reality to be something for you to be here, to be a human being. Your subconscious mind has enough strength to pull all your cells together enough for them to form tissue, for this tissue to turn into organs, for organs, all the organs to turn into a body. The subconscious mind brings all that together and holds it together, magnetizing it, brings it all together. Hold all your cells, your blood, and everything together for you to be a human being. It's that strong. We just don't consider it. That's why it's imperative that you begin to look at your subconscious mind and conscious mind and know which one does what. Because the conscious mind is supposed to be the guardian for the subconscious. Because the subconscious just takes the information in. The conscious is what pays attention. So whatever you just out there paying attention to, if you ain't sure about it, if it ain't good, the subconscious is gonna take it. It's supposed to be, the conscious mind is supposed to be the guardian for the subconscious part. Because the subconscious part of the mind says, yo, you gotta watch what you let come down here with me. I bring things into reality because of that. So you might want to watch that. That's why you gotta be on guard. And that's why, what my whole premise of my channel is about. I'm gonna break it down to you, give it to you from different angles and different perspectives. I'm gonna throw my life in there. I may throw some experiences I hear about in there, so we can see it in real time. Like, yo, check that out. It's still gonna come back to that person or to what I was thinking, or to what you was thinking. Just look at it sometime when you get a chance. Alright, I just want to drop that second part. Like I said, the whole thing about this vehicle, I may let the whole situation go. I see where it's supposed to go. This is for the transfer for another one. I can see why I caused this. It's cool. I just wanted to drop the second part to it though. So, once again, you know my slogan. For now, it hasn't changed. Mind over matter. Doesn't matter. Don't matter.